guys, it's your girl Arsharae and I'm back with another video. Today I'm going to do my first ever mukbang and I'm eating Chinese food, and what I have is shrimp and broccoli, and then I have pork fried rice with shrimp. Okay, so let me tell you the story behind that. Last time I ordered the shrimp and broccoli, I noticed that they only gave me 4 shrimp. So I'm like, what the heck is that? 4 shrimp. What am I going to do with 4 shrimp and all this rice and broccoli? But I love broccoli, y'all. Anyways, so this time I called and I said, can I have extra shrimp? And so the lady was like, do you want the extra shrimp for your rice or for your broccoli? So I was like, no, she asked me how much extra shrimp do I want? I said, give me $2 worth, right? So she says, do you want the extra shrimp for your rice or your broccoli? I said, for my broccoli. And she goes, oh, that's $1.50 a shrimp. $1.50 a shrimp? For what? For 1 shrimp? Man, I could go to the store and cook me up some shrimp and put it in here for $1.50. So, needless to say, I got my little 4 little shrimp. Needless to say, I got my 4 little shrimp right here. And then inside the rice, I ordered $2 extra shrimp. So I have some shrimp fried rice and some broccoli and shrimp. It was not for pay $1.50 for 1 shrimp. No, it was not happening. So, and I got water because I need to drink more water. And of course, it came with an egg roll. So yeah. So let's talk, y'all. I think I want to talk about something that I've been going through myself. And I know, like, if you watch my last video or my last 2 videos, even though I was doing reviews, I still talked about, how my life was going or whatever. And I just want to talk about, like, depression and kids. So basically, without getting too deep into it, because I don't want to put, like, because he's not my child, I don't want to put his business out there. But basically, I was dealing with some things with my nephew, and kids can get depressed too, y'all. So we have to watch our kids. Like, we have to be mindful of how we treat our kids. We have to make sure we talk to our kids. And when I say talk to our kids, I don't mean talk at them. I mean actually listen to them and what they have to say. Because oftentimes we think that our kids don't have important things to say. And that's not true. They do have important things to say. And our kids have feelings. And our kids want to be heard. But sometimes they don't know how to be heard. So I've been dealing with this issue with my nephew, and it bothered me so much that I went and I checked in with my kids in my classroom, and I asked them, like, how are you feeling? Because we have this thing called morning meetings. So instead of a regular morning meeting where I would address something that happens in the classroom, or where we would play a little fun game or something just to get the day started, instead I, talked to them and I said, how are you feeling? What's going on? Most of my kids said they were happy, they were okay. 2 of my kids said they felt sad or they felt mad. And I was like, well, why do you feel that way? And they didn't feel comfortable sharing in front of everybody, which was fine with me. So I told them, I said, okay, so since you don't feel comfortable, we'll talk later. So I just jotted it down. And I said to make sure that I check in with those kids later. And one little boy, he couldn't wait. So this is one of my kids that give me so much trouble. he couldn't wait. He said he needed to talk to me then. So we were talking. Then he just starts crying, and I'm like, "What's wrong with you?" And he just was like, I'm just sad." And I'm like, "Oh my gosh!" Like my heart was like, I don't know. My heart just went out to him. I'm like, "Well, why are you sad?" And he couldn't explain why he was sad. So for that morning, he just stayed with me the whole morning. Like, of course, he's in my class, but he sat by my desk. He sat with me, everything for the whole morning. I'm sorry if the camera's shaking. I keep bumping the table. Because I can't find my tripod either. But anyways, he, we talked or whatever, and he sat with me, and he cried, and I held him, like, he was standing in front of me, he was laying on me, laying his head on me, or whatever, and I just let the baby cry. But then, after lunch, his true self came out again, and he started showing out. But that's okay, because sometimes kids just need love, you know? Sometimes they need love. Sometimes they need, affection. They want you to talk to them. They want to be heard, like I said. So now what I do is I make sure that try to check in with my kids in school. But I definitely check in with my nephew every day. We spend time. We talk. I ask him how his day was, what did he do in school? Did he have any problems in school? Even though he's at the same school with me, but, I try not to interfere with him as much in school. So he doesn't feel like, even though he'll come to me before I'll come to him, but I don't want him to feel like I'm crying him or anything like that. So I ask him about his day. We sit, he does his regular homework while I'm at work. So he does it while he's sitting in my room. And then when we get home, we do a little extra practice. And I started this thing where I read with him. Because I noticed that even though he's on level, he doesn't read as fluently as he should. But that's another story. I'm saying all this to say this. Kids can get depressed too. Kids have emotions. Kids feel things. Kids notice things. So be mindful, be cognizant of the things that you say to your kids, the things that you do to your kids, because kids pay attention, kids have feelings, and kids harbor things. And even if they may not talk to you, they might talk to someone else. And you want to know what's going on in your household. You want to know how your kids feel. You want to know, if your kids feel loved or if they don't feel loved. And I know people look at me like, "Oh, you don't even have kids," but I'm trying to have kids. And actually, I do have a kid. I just didn't birth him. Now, if you remember my old vlogs, and recently my Christmas vlog, Tori, that's my child. We're in the process of doing adoption papers, but my ex gave birth to him, but he's my child. So it's like, and every time I see him, I check in with him. I text him through the week, and when I see him, I say, "Hey, how was school? How's things going at home?" Now, no, I don't get in his business with his mom's business, because that's not my business. If she want me to know something, she'll tell me. I ask him about him. And then if he starts to tell me other stuff, I'm like, "Baby, no, I don't want to hear that. That's not my place. That's not my business. I'm asking how you feel about this or that." Or about if it's just excuse me. But if it's something that's affecting him, then yeah, of course, I'm going to listen to what he has to say. But if he's just saying, "Oh, my mom did this or my mom did that," then no. So I don't get into that. But yeah, so I just want people to be mindful, because kids are killing themselves. Even little kids, 8, 9 years old, are killing themselves. And you don't want to be that parent to be like, "Dang, my kid hurt themselves and I didn't pay attention to the signs." Like, like with my nephew, I would have never known. Like, I just thought he was being stubborn. But he was really depressed and really going through some things. And now he's going to be seeing counseling, going to counseling. He's outside counseling. He goes to the counselor twice a day in school, just to make sure he's okay. The guidance counselor. So, and so with Tori, when I talk to him, that's my baby. When I talk to him, he seems fine. He seems healthy, happy. So kudos to my ex, because he's good. You know, the only complaint he has is like he has to split his time, of course, because he used to us all being together, and that that she worked so much. But I was explaining to him, she worked so much because she's trying to provide for you. So when it comes to him, I say no bad things about her to him, because I don't want her to say no bad things about me to him, which I know she would never do. But because we're trying to really have a healthy, even though our relationship ended, we're really trying to have a healthy co-parenting relationship. Anyways, just be mindful. Be mindful of your kids, please. Watch your kids. Listen to them. Don't blow them off if they say they want to talk. You know, sometimes I ain't saying that let them sit with you, but let them lay with you in the bed if you don't feel like sitting up. Like if you don't want to sit on the couch with them, let them lay in the bed with you and talk to you. Let them watch TV. Get out your shows. Get out your shows and watch what them babies want to watch every once in a while. You know, let them take over. Don't send them out and be like, oh, go watch YouTube or go do this or go do that. Because now it's this thing going around on YouTube that's interrupting kids' videos on YouTube, telling kids to harm themselves or to harm their family members. So, just be mindful. Just be mindful. And just, I'm sorry. Just be mindful and just pay attention to your kids. Please. And trust me, I'm around kids all day long. From 7:30 in the morning till about 2:45. And then if I do tutoring until about 4 o'clock, I'm always around kids. Monday through Friday. Then if I have Tori, I have like basically, I'm always with some kids, okay? And I try to make myself be more aware of, like, if I see them acting differently or they're not acting like themselves. You know your kids. You know if your kids are not acting normal. You know. Talk to them. Ask them what's going on. They might not want to talk at first, but keep pushing them. Don't let them say, oh, it's nothing. Because if you know your child is different, you know something is going on. And you need to talk to your child. Because I'm tired of our babies hurting themselves. I'm tired of our babies killing themselves. I'm tired of hearing, like, this child did this child did that. I'm tired of it. Mental health is a serious issue. So it's not just in adults, it's in kids too. So we have to be aware. And if you have a family history, like, I don't understand why people feel like they should be ashamed to say they go to a therapist, or they should be ashamed to say they're depressed. I'm not telling you to go get on all the medicine them doctors offer you, because all the medicine is not good. Because my mom had a nervous breakdown. I want to say I was about 14, 15 years old. My mom had a nervous breakdown. Okay? My mom was listening to them doctors. My mom took all that medicine. I love my mama to death. My mama got sick. She lost a lot of weight. My mama was like so small, so tiny. Then they started giving her medicine to gain weight. Then she blew up. Like, the medicine took her through I'm sorry if I'm smacking. The medicine took her through so many changes. And that left me at 14, 15 years old. I was a mom. Not I didn't physically have kids, but I had to raise my brothers because my mom was not in any condition to raise any of us at all. She wasn't, because she was always doped up on medicine, listening to the doctors. Now my mom has stopped taking so much of the medicine. Now my mom has stopped taking so much of the medicine and everything, and she's doing a whole lot better. She doesn't even need it. So I said that to say this, because I know I went all around the world to come back to this. I said that to say this, okay? You don't have to be ashamed. Even if your kids need therapy, it's true. Sometimes you just go to a therapist, and not to say nothing wrong, but sometimes just to get an outside opinion is helpful. If you say, oh, I can't afford a therapist, okay, talk to a friend that you trust. Talk to your pastor if you go to church. Talk to somebody. It is not okay to just hold everything in. It's not. Because that's when all these suicidal thoughts and depression and all of this stuff sets in. So I'm gonna end this because I been talking. I heard to say this. Mental health is something that should be taken seriously. You have to be aware of it. If you feel like you're depressed, get help. If you feel like you need to talk to someone, get help. Don't ignore the signs, okay? There's too many people out here that love you, that care about you, that don't want to see anything happen to you. So you have to take care of yourselves so that you can be here, so we can love on you, okay? So I'm going to end it there. Please, everybody, take care of yourselves. If you feel like you need help, go get the help. I'm even considering going to see a therapist. And I don't feel like I'm depressed, but I feel like I need to talk to somebody that has no stake, no opinion, and they're not biased. So I love all of you guys. Thank you for watching. If you're still here, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Remember to take care of your mental health. And I will talk to you guys in the next video. Love you. Bye.